Okay, so we multiplied, we divided, and now we are finally going to add and subtract. Now, remember when we were adding and subtracting variables and we had what was called like terms? With radicals, we have something called like radicals. What do you think it means? The radical is exactly the same. That's actually called the radicand. New word. Okay, so radicals that have the same radicand. So, for example, square root of 3 and 5 square root 3. The radicand is the root 3 part. That's what it's called. I just call it the roots. But it means that the root or the radicand are exactly the same. So even though square root of 3 doesn't have a number out front, and 5 square root 3 has a 5 in front, because they have the same radicand, they are like radicals. So what would the number in front of square root 3 be? An invisible 1. So if I were to add these together, what would I get? 6 root 3. We just add the numbers in front. So, adding and subtracting radicals. Step 1. What you want to do first is simplify all of the radicals. So simplify all radicals first, because that's going to tell us if we have like radicals, if they're in their, when they're in their simplest form. Okay? Then we are going to combine like radicals. 2 lines. By adding or subtracting the number in front of the radical. Okay? So you're going to combine like radicals just by adding and subtracting the number in front. So this is almost exactly like just a variable, right? It's almost exactly the same. We just have a root instead of a variable this time. Okay? So let's look at example 1. I'm starting with a simple one. 3 root 2 plus 4 root 2. Are they like radicals? Yes, they both have root 2's, right? So all we're going to do is add 3 plus 4, which gives me 7 root 2. That's my answer. Easy? Try example 2. Okay, so 7 root 5 minus 3 root 5. What'd you guys get? 4 root 5. Excellent. Any questions so far? Alright, example 3. I have 6 root x plus 7 root x. Are these like radicals? They are. They both have a root x. So what's my answer going to be? 13 root x. Who thinks this is easy so far? Good. Well, a little bit, but not much. Example 4. 5 root 8 plus 12 root 2. Are these like radicals? No. But is this one as simple as possible? No, I can simplify that. How can I break down 8 using perfect squares? 4 and 2. So this is 5 square root of 4 times 2 plus 12 root 2. What's the square root of 4? 2. So this is 5 times 2 root 2 plus 12 root 2. So what does that become? 10 root 2 plus 12 root 2. And now, are they like radicals? Yeah, they are. So what's the answer? 22 root 2. See why you need to simplify first? Okay. So, try example 5. Okay. So clearly square root of 27 is not reduced as much as possible, correct? Okay, how can I break up root 27? 9 and 3. So this is square root 9 times 3 minus 7 root 3. What's the square root of 9? 3. So this is 3 root 3 minus 7 root 3. So what's my answer? Negative 4 root 3. It's okay to have a negative. Okay, square root of 28. How does that break down? 4 and 7. So this is square root of 4 times 7 minus, what about 63? How does that break down? 9 and 7. So this is 2 root 7 minus 3 root 7. So what's my answer? -1 or just negative root 7. You don't have to write the 1. Who's still with me? You guys are good? Okay, so example 7, even though there's 3, the rules don't change. We do have to remember to add and subtract from left to right. Okay, so we still have to follow order of operations. Let's simplify these first as much as possible. How does 8 break down? 4 and 2. Is everybody okay if I just write it on top really small so that I save space? Okay, so if 8 breaks down to 4 and 2, what's the square root of 4? 2. And what's 2 times 9? 18. So this is 18 root 2. Is everybody okay with that? Okay. Minus, how does 72 break down? 9 and 8. Anything else? I'll give you guys a hint. This one has a root 2, right? So can I break this down using a 2? 2 times what? 36. Is 36 a perfect square? It is. What's the square root of 36? 6. So this is minus 6 root 2. So I'm thinking this is going to end up being a root 2 also. So this is 2 times what? 49. And what's the square root of 49? 7. Okay, so now let's combine. What is 18 minus 6? 12. So this is 12 root 2 plus 7 root 2. And 12 plus 7 gives me 19, equals 19 root 2. You guys okay with that? Okay, so last one, example 8. 12x squared. Can I break down the 12? 4 and 3, right? This is 4 times 3 times x squared. Okay, what's the square root of 4? 2. And what's the square root of x squared? X. So this is 2x root what? Root 3. Plus 5x. How does 27 break down? 9 and 3. So square root of 9 is 3 times 5. So plus 15x root 3. Is everybody okay with me combining stuff like that? Okay. We should be at that point. Okay. Can I combine these? I can, because this is a 2x and this is a 15x, so they have like terms, right? And then they have like radicals, so what's the answer? 17x root 3. Done.